All right, what's up, y'all? Now, today, I have 3 things that I would change about the current AEW product. Now, these aren't a 3 that is really going to change. I think these are the top 3 problems they have at the moment. And if I had a chance to fix them, if I had a chance to fix something, these are the top 3 I would fix first. You know what I'm saying? Now, starting with number 1, no more dream matches. Now, I don't mean this in saying they should never do a dream match again. I just mean the presentation of the dream match, I feel, has been overdone by AEW. I feel like they say a lot of matches are dream matches when they really aren't, you know. Or if they are, they're not dream matches that the fans want to see. They're more so dream matches for Tony Khan. And while it's like, I understand that to a sense, you know what I'm saying? But like, still, I feel like dream matches, to me, have to be in like a certain niche, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have to be a grand consensus that this is a match that most wrestling fans have always wanted to see, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of times when AEW presents these dream matches, they're only matches that Tony Khan has wanted to see for a long time. And we may not feel the same way, you know? So it comes off, they're presenting, dream match. And I'm watching this match, I'm like, I didn't dream about this, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like they need to stop presenting every match like that and stop going into it and just saying dream match. I feel like that doesn't really do anything for the match itself. That just puts a tagline on the match that doesn't need to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, no more major announcements. Now again, this doesn't mean literally. This doesn't mean don't announce anything major anymore. This just means don't lead into Dynamites by saying, hey guys, you're going to want to watch. I'm going to announce something really major. And then we go into it with these high expectations. Like, something crazy is about to happen. And then they're like, we got a streaming deal. But we knew you were going to get a streaming deal. You know what I'm saying? We knew that was going to happen eventually. That's not a major announcement. You know what I'm saying? It's an announcement. It's cool. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? But it's not major. Because a lot of things that they say are major announcements, we already knew they were going to do eventually. You know? These are already things that at some point we knew were going to happen with AEW. So to me, it's not major. It's just something that Tony Khan says to get people to watch the show, and it works. But then he walks out there and says, hey guys, we're going to HBO, and it's like, we know. We assume so. One of your shows is already on HBO. We knew. You know what I'm saying? We saw that coming, you know. That's a small announcement. That's not a major one. It's a small one. You know what I'm saying? And number 3, stop signing every free agent that walks. Now, this is a little bit of a controversial one because you can say the same thing for any wrestling company, you know. A lot of free agents are signed, and they're signed just to make sure they don't go to the opposite company, and then they end up not doing anything. I feel like Tony Khan has an issue with the free agents only because he signs these free agents, gives them a lot of money, and he presents them to us as they're going to be the thing that puts AEW at a higher point. And for some reason, the reality of it is that people aren't watching AEW as much as they used to. No matter how much you want to deny it, how much you don't think it's true, it's true. It doesn't mean the shows are bad. It doesn't mean anything more than just people aren't watching AEW as much as they used to. Now, I don't know why that's such a hard thing for people to process, but it's the reality, you know what I'm saying? There's a problem with the people not caring as much as they used to care about AEW. That's why they're telling me about the biggest ratings come from people who are watching Big Bang Theory coming into Dynamite. That shouldn't be the case. Or the biggest moments from AEW, the biggest time of people watching is when, I don't know, when there's no other thing happening on TV. Like, AEW got bad ratings because of the Olympics or because it was summer. There's always an excuse. And to combat that excuse, they'll say, okay, let's sign a free agent. Let's sign someone who's going to bring in these ratings. Let's sign someone who's going to move the needle. They signed Okada. Okada has not moved the needle. You know, Kazuchika Okada has not moved the needle the way Tony Khan may have believed he was going to. Mercedes Moné, as much as I love her, greatest of all time in my book, has not moved the needle. Will Ospreay, one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, has not moved the needle. And Tony Khan signs these superstars, he signs these free agents with the hopes that they can put AEW farther on the map, but they don't do it. So now they're just there, you know what I'm saying? As far as I know, I think, no, two of them have belts. Mercedes has 2 championships, and Okada has a belt. Ospreay just had one, but I think MJF has that one. Yeah, MJF has that belt. But it's just the free agent thing has become a problem for me because he signs these free agents. He's like, hey, they are going to be the one to change everything. And then when they don't change everything, everyone's looking around like, you know. And obviously they shouldn't be plagued with the task of having to change the entire landscape of AEW alone. But when Tony Khan presents them like that, when he says, hey, this person is going to change this shit, and he doesn't change, or he or she doesn't change this shit, then what? You feel me? So I feel like, I don't know if it's a thing of like Tony Khan putting these wrestlers in the position of saying, hey, when I bring this person in, they're going to do it. And then when they don't do it, everyone's looking around like, what happened, you know? I think Will Ospreay is great. He's not moving the needle as far as people watching the show. Okada, he's amazing. Mercedes Moné, amazing. Not moving the needle. They're there to get the paycheck. You know, they're getting paid hand over foot. But I'm a wrestling fan. I don't care about how much the wrestlers are getting paid. The paycheck of the wrestlers really doesn't mean much to me because I'm not getting the money. No one I know is getting the money. All I care about is what they're doing on TV for the time that they're on my screen. I don't care about how their paycheck looks. So the things that I'm supposed to care about as a fan, I want to see them move the needle. I want to see them add more interest to the show. And it seems like some people that Tony Khan has signed, they're taking interest away from the show, and that's a bad thing. You know? So I hope that Tony doesn't just go out here and just sign these free agents just because they're there, and then they turn into people who just end up just floating on the roster. Like if Bobby Lashley ends up going to AEW, I don't want Bobby Lashley to become the next big thing for like a month or two, and then we get to this time next year and we don't know where he's at. He's not wrestling. He's doing something small. You know, that's a problem to me. Ricochet, I don't want Ricochet to just be there to do some flips, and then months later he's wrestling matches on Collision that no one's watching. And it's like, bro, you have to do a better job with that, especially when you bring these people in and say, this is the person. No, this is the person. No, this is the person. We've gone through this song and dance so many times with AEW, you know. So I don't know. I hope it's not a free agent issue. I hope it's more so an issue of Tony Khan just saying, hey, when I bring this person in, the world's going to change. And then the world doesn't change. It's a weird spot, you know. I think if he's going to bring in these free agents, just say, here's Ricochet. Let him go. Don't say nothing after that. Don't say he's the best flipper to ever flip, you know. When Bobby comes in, if Bobby does show up, Bobby is the biggest, blackest man, you know. Because then you set up a high standard. And if they, for some reason, if they don't hit that standard, it's going to feel like a disappointment. And the wrestlers don't deserve to be put in that position after a few months of being in AEW because you told us they were going to be an immediate needle mover, and they're not. You know? So, that's just my thing. Those are 3 things that I think, they're small things. But I think those 3 things, if they can nip those things in the bud, over time, AEW is going to be able to put band-aids on the cuts that they have in the company right now. Because AEW, to me, it's bleeding. But they can fix itself. I promise you they can fix itself. They're a young company. They have damn near the best roster in wrestling right now. All the money in the world, you know. They have people who care about AEW. So they have all the assets to make this show as good as it used to be again. It just depends on Tony Khan if he's willing to make the sacrifices, if he's willing to make the moves to make AEW what it should be, to bring the fans back to watching AEW as far as ratings go, to bring the interest back, you know what I'm saying, to bring the feeling of what AEW was from 2019 to 2022, to bring that feeling back. If they can't do that, there'll be money. There'll be money, and then they'll have much more of a fighter's chance against the big bad WWE, you know. Because right now, AEW, like I said in past videos, AEW has lost its identity. So if they can find it, they'll have a whole bunch of leeway to build on what I think AEW can be in the near future. So yeah, hopefully AEW can fix these things. If you have anything that you would fix about AEW, let me know in the comments down below. Please don't say there's nothing, AEW is perfect, because every wrestling show, every wrestling company has its issues, okay? And before you ask, yes, I made a WWE one, because there's a lot of stupid things they're doing too. So before I get, you hate AEW? Nope, I made the same video for WWE. You know what I'm saying? I might have more grievances with them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, leave how you feel about it in the comments down below. If you like the video, subscribe if you're new, subscribe. If you have not already, comment down below what kind of video you want me to do next. Stay safe, drink water. I love you, praise God, and I will see you in the next video, man.